Hey everybody, what's up? No need to introduce myself. Well, for people on the Assembler game forums who are watching this, since this is made for that, this is my YouTube channel, Mega Sonic Dude 10, because Sonic Dude 10 was taken already. Anyways, I promised in the earlier post that I would upload a video of my truck that I spoke of in the driving pleasure thread, so here we go. Step back, get a nice side view of it. This is a 1984 Toyota Extra Cab. It's the first year of this body style. The year before, the last year of the solid front axles, 1985 was the last year that they used the solid front axle design. You can see that the front axle looks a lot like the rear. Because 1986 they went to independent front suspension. And it was wrecked, specifically on the driver's side, right here. The whole thing was caved way the fuck in. We did a lot of work to make it usable, but let's just say that the doors didn't really fit, and even though I had them on here, they were more of a pain than anything, so away they went, creating a true redneck truck. Took the rear windows out here, blah blah blah. Tires, 31-inch BF Goodrich mud terrains that I got for a song off of a friend. And inside the interior here, there's one cool thing you'll notice that I've done here. The dash used to come down to about here. I chopped the bottom of the dash completely off because, well, look at my feet. Those are size 13 wides in the US shoe size. So yeah. Completely ditched everything factory in here. The only thing I really kept original is the gauge cluster and the piece of dash. Ignition key, headlight switch, interior lights, windshield wiper, cargo light, and then this is for the interior lights and dash lights and stuff. And this is my favorite mod. Yes, that is a computer video game joystick from the 1980s. Didn't have a shifter knob when I got it, so I put this on it. Button does nothing right now, but eventually it'll go to a horn since I have no horn button there. Four-wheel drive lever, console. About the only thing left in the interior is the dash, the carpet, this console, and the steering wheel. Oh, and the seats. Otherwise, I've ripped the rest of it out. Even up there, you can see it's just metal. And front end was destroyed. My headlights are a set of old KC daylighters from either the early 90s or late 80s. I forgot when my stepdad gave them to me. They were on his old truck when I was just a little fart. Now, let's pop the hood. Pardon the... there. And here we are. Craptastic wore out motor. Toyota 22R. It's got a 2-barrel carburetor hidden under the intake. And this damn thing was a California model truck, so it had emissions galore. I mean, this whole space over here was just emission shit. A lot more over here too, charcoal canisters and smog pump and vacuum hoses and wires. Oh god, the wiring. Going through each fender between the body here and the outer fender skirt, each side had a wire harness in it that thick. And to give you a good idea how big that is, that's about 1.5 inch diameter circle that I'm making with my fingers. That big. Through each fender. I ditched it all. In fact, the only wires going to the engine are now go through here. Rewired it all myself. All gauges work. It's got the full load of oil pressure, water temperature, volts, fuel levels, speedometer, and tachometer. Everything electric with a mechanical speedometer. Vacuum brakes, which took forever to get working because they were not working right. Hydraulic clutch. 5-speed manual, 2-speed transfer case, the usual you'd find on a Toyota this generation. Battery that I need to clean the shit off of. Ew, that battery must be leaky. And my redneck rigged up coolant overflow tank. It does have power steering at least, which is right here with a remote reservoir. Smog pump used to sit down there, but I since deleted it. I'm thinking about, oh, alternator back there, kinda hard to see. Thinking about using a second alternator and have it in the spare slot over here to use it for a 110 conversion generator system. Put it down below and then a small AC compressor up above for a built-in air compressor. Well, that's another thing I forgot. It used to have air conditioning up here, but deleted that too. That's what these hoses over here were for, was the AC lines going through. Now, before I quit, I'll give you a quick running video. Let's see, is it going to stay? And you know how that trucks like this had a cable inside the cabin that you pulled to release the hood so you could open it? Mine doesn't. This piece of wire right here is hooked up to do that. You just simply push it down. I mean, after all, no doors and nobody out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. Who you gonna worry about is popping the hood and stealing something? If they can find anything under a hood worth taking, they're welcome to it. Let's fire her up. Brake. Park brake off. Engine. Oh, almost forgot. I spoke that I'd show you the exhaust, how I modified it. Here's the exhaust pipe coming off the engine. Comes over here to right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. That's the muffler there. It's sitting right where the catalytic converter used to sit. Muffler used to be back here just before the rear axle. And the end of the pipe, just a simple turn down that I found up in the junk pile of stuff behind me. It just simply turns down right here at the back of the cabin. Now you may be thinking, wait, that muffler is sitting right underneath my seat, so it must get hot. It doesn't get hot, thankfully. My grandfather was worried it would, but, well, I've driven this truck for hour stretches at times, getting around the ranches here since I'm kind of a handyman around this area. Never had a problem with a warm butt in the end. Okay. All that out of the way, fire it up. It's got a 2-barrel carburetor that works just like a 4-barrel, primary and secondary. I'm not going to show you the land around here because my grandparents would not like that. But maybe you can hear the engine if you listen closely. Here in a moment I will floor it and you can hear that secondary open up. Probably hard to hear with everything vibrating and rattling. But yes, I am practiced at driving a stick shift single-handedly. Pulling up to the house now. No, I can't show it to you. Don't want somebody to tag this location after all. Whee! Time to park. Got no mirror, so I gotta look behind me. One thing interesting to know is where I park here. I'm never more than an inch or two off from the tracks I've made here where I park. I guess the only other things to note out about the truck is I've got a piece of 3-inch pipe or 2.5-inch pipe for a rear bumper. My spare tire is inside the cabin behind the passenger seat. And here's how bright them headlights are. Derp. Maybe not. Okay, that's right, I forgot. Gotta have the ignition on. Those are my headlights. KC daylighters. Very bright. They do light the whole damn night.